We love with Instapage. I'm Jake Ayers, the digital marketing team lead at Instapage, and today we are looking at the Magnifi landing page. So to get things started here, I just like to say overall, I really enjoy this page, and the first aspect of it that I enjoy is that hero that you see right there. So try Magnifi free for 14 days. The very first thing that you're reading is value, something that you are getting without doing really anything other than putting in your name and email, right? So you get something free for 14 days, and it sort of drives home that point with the subhead there, and you see the CTA right beneath that. So all the informational hierarchy, head, subhead, down to the CTA, it just flows very naturally and feels like it's pushing the user down the funnel, which is what the ultimate goal of this landing page is. And if we just scroll ever so slightly, what I really like about this page is if you see that sticky CTA header along the top, it starts off at white. And then as you scroll, the contrast completely changes on the background itself, the Magnifi logo. And what that does is it highlights that yellow CTA with the black text even more, and it highlights that throughout the entire page experience. So as you keep scrolling, it's just there for the entire time that you're on the page experience. Right beneath that subhead, we see very powerful investing social proof from Benzinga, Bloomberg, CNBC, Fortune, all that good stuff. So it really just drives home the point that this is a good product that's vetted and backed by a lot of big names. And then again, the informational hierarchy from social proof to here's what you're getting, here's value. So the overall flow of the page just seems to make a lot of very good sense, right? And that comparison chart just drives home the value. And right beneath that section, more and more value. This is probably one of the coolest parts of Magnifi. It's not just a sort of investing app on your phone where you get recommendations and you can see stocks and put positions in and all that good stuff. You can actually ask it directly questions because this is an AI driven assistant, right? What is the best way for me to invest $1,000? How is X, Y, and Z company doing today? Are they up or down? And what's the difference between a mutual fund and an ETF? You can ask that directly educationally to the app itself. And if you want to know more, hit that get started button and learn more for yourself, right? And so right beneath that section, one thing that I really like that's been just sort of echoed throughout every section is we see it. We see what it is, Magnifi, the product, the app right here. We can see all the little tools that it has, all the functionality. What are you actually going to be doing and seeing and using in the app? Not just talking about Magnifi and the value it brings. It makes it so much easier for the user to buy into something that they can see before they have to buy into it, right? So this section alone is powerful just in like that it's showing you the product, but the fact that the product is shown throughout the entire page is very powerful for me. And as we scroll down here, we can sort of just see the closing section of it. Invest on the speed at your invest on the go at your speed. Excuse me. You can see that as a 4.5 out of 5 rating on Benzinga, which again, huge social proof there just to drive home the overall sort of appeal of the app right before you're about to get to the end of the page. And we see the relevant CTAs as deeded here. So really great overall flow of the landing page. And as we scroll back up here, we'll talk about some things that I see room for improvement on, which honestly, there's not a whole lot of things to experiment with on this page because it's just a really good landing page. The main thing I would say is in this hero image right here, we have very good contrast on the head with the background with that black and brown background, right? So try Magnifi free for 14 days, but that subhead right there, the first half of it is very viewable, right? But then the second half is on those white blinds in the background, right? So it can make it a little bit harder to see. So maybe I would experimenting with maybe moving the image contrast over a little bit so that black and brown section is covering more of the text. Maybe hit the enter button so the AI investing assistant today part is on a separate line so it's easier to see. Just sort of make that all a little bit easier to read. And the same with the disclaimer on the bottom there for about the promotion. Could just be maybe bolded, maybe bigger text. It's just a little bit hard to read and is an important facet of the page. And the social proof section right beneath that, you'll notice that the Fox Business logo does have a video attached to it that you can read where they overview Magnifi. But one thing I'd say about this section is sort of go all or nothing here. If one section links to an article, a video, or whatever, then they should all do it. Or Or if you can't do that, then just put none of them on there, because at the end of the day, that link is taking them off the landing page and sort of taking them away from the goal, which is to get them started on Magnifi. And while it does add an aspect of social proof, again, we have to think in the aspect of the landing page and getting them to convert on the landing page, which is, sort of the whole point of the landing page itself. But in summation, and my final thoughts on this, like I said earlier, really, really good landing page. Not a whole lot of things for me to find for experimentation. Maybe, the things we mentioned about contrasting with the text, maybe change some other colors. But overall, the flow of this page is great. The information hierarchy is almost perfect. The social proof is where it needs to be. It's just a really, really great landing page overall. And if you would like to start experimenting with making your own really, really great landing page, I welcome you to try a free trial with Instapage there in the top left. Until the next time, thank you for joining us on Landing Pages We Love. Again, I'm Jake Ayers, and thank you for your time.